Hello dear GATE candidates, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. I am here to inform you about a job opportunity through GATE 2025. The POWERGRID has released this advertisement regarding the recruitment of fresh engineering graduates for executive positions as Engineer Trainee 2025 in Electrical, Electronics, Civil and Computer Science disciplines through GATE 2025. We know POWERGRID is a Maharatna public sector enterprise under the Ministry of Power, Government of India, and is engaged in power transmission business with the mandate for planning, coordination, supervision and control over complete interstate transmission system and operation of national and regional power grids. And they invites application for engineer trainees tentatively in the disciplines of Electrical, Electronics, Civil and Computer Science through GATE 2025. And they have mentioned that POWERGRID may also use the GATE 2025 score for recruitment of other positions or posts for its subsidiaries depending on requirement. Then about vacancies and reservation, they have mentioned that details of number of vacancies and reservation shall be indicated in the detailed advertisement to be published on the POWERGRID's website before commencement of online registration. Then about eligibility criteria, they have mentioned that to apply for this post, the candidates must need a valid GATE score in GATE 2025. For engineer trainee in electrical, the candidates must need a valid GATE 2025 score in paper EE. Then for engineer trainee in electronics, the candidates must need a valid GATE 2025 score in EC. Then for engineer trainee in civil, the candidates must need a valid GATE 2025 score in CE. And for engineer trainee in computer science, the candidates must need a valid GATE 2025 score in CS. Then about upper age limit, they have mentioned that the upper age limit is 28 years as on 31/12/2024. Then about essential qualification required to apply for this post, they have mentioned that the candidates must need a full-time BE or BTech or BSc engineering from recognized university or institute. Then the disciplines which are eligible to apply under electrical are electrical, electrical power, electrical and electronics, power systems engineering and power engineering electrical. Then the disciplines which are eligible to apply under electronics are electronics, electronics and communication, electronics and telecommunication, electronics and electrical communication and telecommunication engineering. Then under civil discipline, only civil engineering candidates can apply. Then the disciplines which are eligible to apply under computer science are computer science, computer engineering and information technology. Then to apply for this post, the candidates must need minimum 60% or equivalent CGPA. Then about final year candidates, they have mentioned that the final year or final semester students who expect their final results by 14/8/2025 are also eligible to apply, provided they have obtained minimum 60% marks or equivalent CGPA in aggregate of all semesters or years up to pre-final examination. And in case of selection, their candidature shall be subject to their securing minimum 60% marks in essential qualification. And such candidates need to mention their marks up to pre-final examination while filling up the online application form for POWERGRID. Then in this table, they have shown the posts which are suitable for different PWBD categories. You can go through it. Then about relaxation in marks in essential qualification for SC, ST and PWBD candidates, they have mentioned that the qualifying marks in essential qualification is relaxed to pass marks for post reserved for the respective category or PWBD category as per the final detailed advertisement to be issued before commencement of online registration. Then relaxation in upper age limit is present for different reservation categories. The details are mentioned here, you can go through it. And if you belongs to a reservation category, you need to produce valid certificate to prove your caste and category. Then they have mentioned that SC/ST, PWBD and ex-servicemen candidates are exempted from payment of application fee. Then about selection process, they have mentioned that the selection process consists of marks obtained in the corresponding paper of GATE 2025, group discussion and personal interview. The candidates qualified in the corresponding paper of GATE 2025 shall only be eligible to be considered for the next stage of selection. Then the qualified candidates shall be shortlisted category-wise for group discussion and personal interview based on their normalized marks out of 100 in GATE 2025 in the corresponding paper and as per the criteria decided by the management. Then they have mentioned that the candidates shall have the option of appearing in GD and interview in Hindi or English. Then the candidates shall obtain information about their status through their login at the POWERGRID online application system. The shortlisted candidates shall be able to download their interview call letter and other relevant documents through the candidate login. Then the candidates shortlisted for the group discussion and interview shall be required to bring the documents as mentioned in their interview call letter. Then the candidates must qualify in the personal interview in order to be considered for empanelment. The qualifying percentage for interview in different categories are: for unreserved and EWS candidates, 40% mark is required, and for OBC non-criminal, SC/ST and PWBD candidates, 30% is required. And group discussion will not have any qualifying marks. Then for calculation of final score of a candidate for empanelment, the weightages of marks obtained in GATE 2025 group discussion and interview shall be: for GATE 2025 marks in corresponding paper, the weightage is 85%, for group discussion the weightage is 3%, and for personal interview the weightage is 12%. Then they have mentioned that the candidates shortlisted for GD and interview may have to undergo psychometric assessment, and the results of which shall be used as an input during the interview. And the candidates who qualify in the personal interview will only be adjudged suitable for empanelment. And they have clearly mentioned that only GATE 2025 score is valid for this recruitment process. GATE score of 2024 or prior is not valid. Then they have mentioned that the offer of appointment shall be issued to the suitable candidates in the order of category-wise merit and based on the requirement. And the selected candidates shall be notified through their login in online application system. Then the appointment of selected candidates will be subject to their being found medically fit in the pre-employment medical examination to be conducted as per POWERGRID norms and standards of medical fitness. And for details of standards on medical fitness, you can visit the career section of the POWERGRID's website www.powergrid.in. Then about compensation package, they have mentioned that the selected candidates will be placed in the pay scale of Rs 40,000 to 1,40,000 in IDA pay scale during the 1 year training period. And you will get HRI also during your training period. And the approximate CTC per annum is: during training period you will get 10.7 lakhs, and after successful completion of training you will get 21.4 lakhs. And they have mentioned that on successful completion of training, the candidates will be absorbed as engineer in E2 scale with a pay scale of Rs 50,000 to 1,60,000 in IDA pay scale. And on regularization, in addition to this salary, you will get DA, HRA and other benefits mentioned here. You can go through it. Then the selected candidates will be required to execute a service agreement bond to successfully complete the prescribed training period and thereafter serve the organization for at least 3 years. And the amount of bond is Rs 5 lakh for general, OBC non-criminal and EWS candidates, and Rs 2,50,000 for SC/ST and PWBD candidates. Then you need to apply online through website www.powergrid.in. The application window for POWERGRID shall be open during February or March 2025 tentatively, and the candidates have to register themselves online at PowerGrid website with details of their GATE 2025 application number, GATE 2025 registration number and other required information, which will be made available at career section of www.powergrid.in. Then they have mentioned that SC, ST, PWBD, ex-servicemen and departmental candidates are exempted from the payment of application fees, and all other candidates need to pay an application fee of Rs 500. And they have mentioned that the candidates will be required to retain their GATE 2025 admit card and GATE 2025 scorecard for verification at the time of GD, interview, pre-employment medical examination and joining in PowerGrid. Then general information and instructions to the candidates are also mentioned here. You can go through it. Then when we consider the important dates, the commencement of online submission of application to PowerGrid is tentatively February 2025, and the last date for online submission of application to PowerGrid is tentatively March 2025. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and share this channel.